Hello, everyone, and welcome again to another Teacher Joseph podcast. Today, I want to share with you some motivational quotes. Now, these are very interesting because they help us on our journey. Now, those of you who know me will know that I honestly believe motivation is something that's always with us. I don't believe that motivation is something that is as elusive as some people think. You know, we hear people saying, I'm not really motivated today, yada. But motivation, I believe, is always there. It's just that the window through which we see it gets a little bit muddy sometimes because of our other thoughts and other things that we have to do. But motivation is there, and we shouldn't think of it as something far away, which we have one day and don't have the next. Motivational quotes are very, very good because they can help us get back on track. And we're going to look at a couple of my favorite ones. A couple is usually two, but hopefully we can do 3 or 4. So the first one says, we cannot solve problems with the kind of thinking we employed when we came up with them. This is by Albert Einstein. So he's basically saying we can't fix something with the same kind of thinking that said we had a problem. What he's really saying there is we decided we had the problem. That came from our minds in just the same way as the solution will. But if we found a problem, that same platform of thinking isn't going to give us the answer. So you have a choice of things. One of the things you could do is to simply dissolve the problem and realize that there was never a problem there. If you think you're lacking in vocabulary, just slowly make a start to chip away at the things you know you have to do. If you're always saying to your teacher, I can't learn, I can't do this, I can't do that, it becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. You're ultimately creating the problem, and in that way you're not going to find the solution. It needs a new thought. We spoke about motivation a moment ago as something that's always present, and to get into that mood using motivational quotes is a really good way to start. So whatever problem you're facing with English learning today, is it really a problem? Maybe it's time to reevaluate and redefine what that problem is, if it even is a problem. Okay, here's the second one. It says, stay away from those people who try to disparage your ambitions. Small minds will always do that, but great minds will give you a feeling that you can become great too. Let me just read that again. Stay away from those people who try to disparage your ambitions. Small minds will always do that, but great minds will give you a feeling that you can become great too. Yeah, this is another issue. As I've mentioned before, when you're learning English, you have to create an ambience which is open to learning. If you have a friend, a husband or wife, and you know in the background they're saying, he'll never do that, he'll never manage to do it, she can't learn anything. Even if they don't say that directly to you, they're creating a mental ambience, a place mentally which ultimately is being set for you to fall into. So you need to have healthy conversations. If you find yourself hiding, to learn English, maybe not telling people who are close to you, then that's a sign something is wrong. You need to be authentic, you need to be strong, and you need to create an environment which is open to learning. That environment, if it's in your home, needs to be shared and respected by everyone who is with you. Attitudes, especially silent ones, can sometimes lurk in the background. And while you're studying, there's a voice in your head saying, I know that my husband's there and he's waiting for me to cook. And I also know he's not patient. I better go and do that before I learn. These kinds of things are really traps which are out to kind of catch you and lower your thinking. So what it says here is stay away from those people who try to disparage your ambitions. I wouldn't stay away from them, but it shouldn't be a battle of I can do this even though they think I can't. That kind of thing really doesn't help in language learning. You need to find people who can support you, who can assure you that you're doing well, which brings us back again to the language exchange program. And I always recommend that all of us find someone to practice with. That quote, by the way, was from Mark Twain. The next one is from Eleanor Roosevelt. She was President Roosevelt's wife in the last century. She said, when you give joy to other people, you get more joy in return. You should give a good thought to happiness that you can give out. Oh, interesting. So what I would say with that one is that she's basically saying that the more you give to others, the more you get back. And I would say that this is very, very true when it comes to learning English. I've noticed in my teaching practice that the most successful learners and the quickest learners are people who give out what they've learned. They quickly become teachers themselves. So even if you only know a few verbs, and perhaps your conversation skills are not quite up to scratch yet, you could quickly prepare some PowerPoint slides, give them to some children, sit down with a child with a notebook, let him say hello, let him say how are you. That's all you need to get started. And as you build up love for your students, you will enjoy spending time with them. And as you give your language away to somebody else, to see the joy on someone's face as they learn, it reinforces you to learn more for them. So giving English away to your niece, nephew, husband, child is a wonderful way to reinforce your own learning. It also, if done with great joy, forces you to learn more for them. Oh, very good. Very nice. Very nice. I'll just quickly do two more. When you change your thoughts, remember to also change your world. This is Norman Vincent Peale. I don't know who he is. But I would say a better quote would be, when you change your thoughts, remember that your world changes. Not that you have to do something else. Automatically, your world changes. Especially as you become more open to new ideas, such as learning. And finally, nature has given us all the pieces required to achieve exceptional wellness and health, but has left it to us to put these pieces together. That's from Diane McLaren. I don't think nature has anything to do with it. I think in all of us, we already have the power to achieve whatever we want, but sometimes we just don't realize. I hope you've enjoyed these quotes. I honestly believe that motivation is something that's always present. So if you feel that you're not motivated today, just Don't ask yourself why. Just take the first step. Try to do something, however small. And as I mentioned before, if you're giving English away to niece, nephew, internet blog, even whatever way you're doing it, as you begin to get more followers or more people wanting help from you, you'll notice that something is changing and there'll be a better sense of joy. I hope you've enjoyed this. Let's talk again soon. Thank you and goodbye.